Hi, and welcome back to Thone's Hebrews Nibbles number 19. The Peril of Not Progressing, Part 3 of 5. The fruit we bear. And now we're getting into the sort of the meat of the subject. This is again from Hebrews chapter 6, verses 1 through 8, which we have been studying for some time now. Our fruit for God. And why is this in the Bible? Understanding our contribution to the gospel. And the communications is quantity versus quality, and that's always an important decision as we're involved in virtually anything. Is, do I want to do as much of this as I can, or do I want to do as perfect of this as I can? And often those two are in conflict, at least in human minds and human abilities. The application to me: God does not expect everyone to bear the same amount. He elsewhere speaks of some 100-fold, and some 60-fold, and yet others 30-fold. That was planting seeds and growing a crop. And so he, even in farming, doesn't expect every farmer to produce the same amount of goods. He says some 100 and some 60 and some 30. So clearly each person bears that which is in his or her ability. And that's important. And God recognizes this, that, we recognize certain great church leaders, let's say. We recognize a Billy Graham who had an enormous ability to speak and convert millions of people. But to God, if you are only capable of converting one or two in your lifetime, that's just as important if you do that as the millions of Billy Graham, as far as he's concerned, because you have done that which you have been gifted to do. Wow. What he does expect, though, is good fruit. That is, fruit showing the character of God. This is the mature fruit of the leading of the Holy Spirit. This is the fruit of mature Christian witness. If you witness to two, then you should be as good a witness to those two individually as a person who witnesses to 100 and successfully witnesses to them in the quality of your work. That is, God definitely prefers quality over quantity, because if quality happens and more people get saved because of the quality of your work, then they can go on and lead other people. So in truth, counting individuals for you is not important to him. Counting that you have really and truly prepared those that you have spoken to is far more important, because they may have a different set of abilities and skills and be able to do a bigger number. But he doesn't care about numbers so long as everybody is contributing and everybody is trying very hard. God says, do what you can do with careful maturity. I like that. I mean, careful maturity. We can always, go stand on a street corner somewhere, and if we're not too close to the police station, chances are we can yell our opinions about the gospel for a goodly period of time before anybody says, hey, don't do that anymore. Is that a quality way, a careful way? I don't think so. Yes, street corner preaching is okay, but forcing oneself on a large crowd of people who who are not interested in what you're saying can only lead to turning them away from the Lord, not turning them to the Lord. So we have to be very careful and balanced, careful maturity. My personal response: Lord, thank you for helping us realize that it was really important in our witness is delivering the fruit with love, joy, and quality. And that's really it. We need to be doing it for the right reason, that is love of our fellow man and hoping that no one has to suffer. Joy, because of the fellowship that we gain with that new believer once they have achieved salvation, and quality because we want that person to continue in the right direction and therefore be able to do the same thing to others that have come into their lives. So that completes that, and we'll be seeing you next time.